These people today don't know what a strike is.
Right.
When my men hit the streets, from Maine to Texas, every single port.
Hi, welcome to another episode with Starsky the Trucker. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about looking at videos from the strike that is going on the East Coast, because we need to be informed about what's going on. So I gathered some videos from people with key information to help us truck drivers know what we should possibly be prepared for. So in these videos, I'm going to help clue anybody who's interested in on what's going on the East Coast strike. Check out these videos.
Tens of thousands of port workers from Maine to Texas set to strike when the clock strikes midnight tonight. This all happening over a pay dispute. The International Longshoremen's Association, they're demanding a 77% pay raise increase over 6 years. They want more guarantees their industry is not going to be upended by the addition of automation. Last night, the ILA confirming its workers will be striking. Now, this strike could cost the economy up to $5 billion per day and lose more than $7 billion in GDP per week for the U.S. economy. President Biden yesterday again saying he will not stand in their way. Watch.
Mr. President, would you intervene in the dock workers' strike if they go on strike on Tuesday?
No.
Why not?
Yeah. Because it's collective bargaining. I don't believe in Taft-Hartley.
No, I'm thinking what you think.
Joining me now, American Trucking Association's President and CEO Chris Spear. Chris, good morning to you. Give us your assessment of where we are right now. It seems that the negotiations
they
are
always
at
give us
a
a whole
standstill.
lot of facts, don't it? But it's still not really.
They are, Cheryl. Thanks for having me on.
Anyway,
listen, we're less than 18 hours out, and this president's saying it's collective bargaining. Well, that's true if they've actually been to the table. They haven't met since June. I mean, where is the leadership here?
14 ports from Boston to Houston shut down after dock workers walked off the job. Those ports handle about 80% of the coffee, tea, spirits, and beverage imports, as well as about 60% of medical and surgical instruments coming into the U.S.
So if you see my eyes shifted, I don't quite know where to look on these videos when I create them a lot of times, so my eyes look a little bit shifted, but don't let that distract you. Hey, let's keep watching.
And job protections against automation.
We're looking ahead into the future. Going to work now at the risk of losing our jobs 5 or 10 years down the road is very short-sighted.
Morton Williams grocery stores in New York City say they stocked up on extra perishables to buy time.
If it goes a few days, there won't be much of an effect. If it goes weeks, a month, or more,
yeah, those people serious over there.
A very big effect. We'll definitely have high
prices. That's for real.
And we might have empty shelves.
The strike could cost the economy up to $5 billion a
Distract
day.
you. Hey, let's keep watching.
Footwear, consumer electronics, home goods, decorations, food products, anything you can think of is coming through these ports. So they are vital to the economy, and it is critical that we get them back open and running.
Still, New York's governor again urged people not to rush the stores.
It's not time to be panic buying groceries or other products.
These people today don't know what a strike is.
Yeah, those people serious over there.
When my men hit the streets,
that's for real.
From Maine to Texas, every single port will lock down. You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you. First week, be all over the news every night, boom, boom. Second week, guys who sell cars can't sell cars because the cars ain't coming in off the ships. They get laid off. Third week, malls start closing down. They can't get the goods from China. They can't sell clothes. They can't do this. Everything in the United States comes on a ship. They go out of business. Construction workers get laid off because the materials aren't coming in. The steel's not coming in. The lumber's not coming in. They lose their job. Everybody's hating the longshoremen now because now they realize how important our jobs are. Now I have the president screaming at me, I'm putting a Taft-Hartley on you. Go ahead. Taft-Hartley means I have to go back to work for 90 days.
Anyway, let's
That's
keep
a cooling off period. Do you think when I go back for 90 days, those men are going to go to work on that pier? It's going to cost the company's money to pay their salaries. Well, they went from 30 moves an hour maybe to 8. They're going to be like this. Who's going to win here in the long run? You're better off sitting down and let's get a contract and let's move on with this world. And in today's world, I'll cripple you. I will cripple you, and you have no...
Saw what the news had to say and the key people involved had to say, and you see how their feelings and all the facts and different things. But listen, I want to paint a picture for you because I want you to be informed. Now, here's a video, a little 3-minute clip of an actual person that is in that industry, giving key details to really help you to really understand. But this is just the beginning of the middle of the video. Hey, just keep on watching. But listen, look at his perspective on his opinion about what the strikes are really about. Check this out.
I'm a union worker, so I can relate to this. These people that work the ports from Maine to Texas, they make a base salary of $81,000 a year. That is not what they make. With overtime, they can make up to $200,000 plus a year. Now that's a guy coming in off the street. No education, no nothing, gets hired on, joins the union. He makes a base salary of $81,000 up to $200,000 plus. No education. Our union, we have the same thing. We make a base salary of about $90,000, $100,000 a year without overtime. With overtime, we're looking at $120,000, $140,000, $150,000, up to $200,000 a year. Same thing. In our contract, we get 2.5% a year, 2.5% raise over 6 years. That's a 15% wage increase over 6 years. So right now, off the street, you're looking at around $35 an hour. That's off the street when you hire in. These people that are going on strike at these ports are wanting a 77% increase for the next 6 years. That's 12.8%. Basically, they're wanting to be making $90 to $120 an hour.
Keep watching.
$150,000 base salary up to, let's say, over $300,000 a year. Off the street, no education, no certificates, no nothing. Just off the street, come make this money. 77%. Their union negotiated, said they would do 55%. That still puts them at $60 or $70 an hour. And guess what? They turned it the fuck down. How many of y'all would like to go to a place unloading ships and make $60 to $70 an hour off the street? That's absolutely insane. 77%, you're going on strike because you wouldn't take the 55%. So you don't want to make 60 or 70. That's not good enough. You want 90, 100, $110 an hour, $120 an hour. People like me that work in these paper mills, power plants, these chemical plants that are around asbestos, that you're around chemicals that cause...
Let's keep listening.
I just heard some update on this port strike. They say they asked Biden if you can stop this. What the people want, they won't come to the table. Strikers and the people who pay them. So the man said the things that are going to be affected as of now, what he found out.
This comes from a person
clothes, produce,
actually in that industry,
medicine,
actually in
and car parts.
But anyway, let's go.
So I'm just putting this out there. They say it's looking like it's going to be a strike because nobody wants to come to the table. I guess the people that made up in their mind what they want and they're not backing down from what they want. And again, these people work hard. And we sick and tired of working hard and not having enough. So if y'all need medicine, you better try to get yourself straight, produce, and your car stuff.
Check it out, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm down here in Savannah.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
We bring cars down here to put in containers and ship out overseas. And this whole thing with the strike is taking effect. If you can see, there's trucks lined up all the way to the road. So the guy just told me in a few hours he won't be able to take no more cars. So what that means is that anybody who probably gets here after lunch is probably going to be stuck with these cars on their trucks because they don't have no room, nowhere to put them. Let me pull up some. I'll try to see, man. This is crazy.
On this little research on this longshoreman strike, and seems to be there's one sticking point. Oh, and by the way, this is just for entertainment purposes. The one point that they just can't seem to come to agreement on is this automation thing. And, the companies say we got to have the automation so we can keep up with the Chinese ports and the West Coast ports. And the workers say we don't want it because it's going to cost tens of thousands of jobs. And they're both right. Both sides are completely right. The automated ports are outperforming the non-automated points by a significant amount, and they're also operating with far less employees. So, yeah, like I said, both sides are right, and I don't see how they come to an agreement on that. I don't know. I mean, how are they going to work that out? I don't know if they can. So this might go on for a while. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm thinking what you think.
They can't get past.
I'm thinking what you think. Wow. Well, they always give us a whole lot of facts, don't they? But it's still not really painting a bright picture. But anyway, let's keep looking.
They're almost already sold out. Everybody's panic buying right now.
It's time to get prepared.
Long at Costco. Costco report coming to you live from Costco in Staten Island.
So if you see my eyes shifting, I don't quite know where to look on these videos when I create them a lot of times, so my eyes look a little bit shifty, but don't let that distract you. Hey, let's keep
We're
watching.
out of toilet paper. We're out of Poland spring water. Ladies, just be prepared to drip dry, okay?
Y'all look at Walmart. Everything is gone.
This is Sam's. They cleaning out Sam's.
Snakes all the way.
And then the hoarding. You got people just buying out of
those
fear.
people serious over there.
The whole
That's for
store
real.
is empty.
Okay, so now how can we sum all of this up, given the fact that this is going on in a present day moment? This is happening. These people are serious. They're looking at sticking this thing out to the long term, and they're after what they are after. And my heart goes out to them. My prayers goes out to them, because what is serious to them may not be necessarily serious to me, but nevertheless, one action from the journeyman over there affects trucking, which trucking affects the consumer, which affects everyday life. So this is a trickle down effect. So everybody got to be feeling something on some kind of level. But listen, please don't buy into the hype, but just calm yourself, set your mind to understand how to adapt to whatever backlash that is going to happen over there. And please keep your prayers going in that direction and hope that they come to a peaceable resolution as soon as possible, because the longer that it takes, the worse that it can get. Understand what I'm saying? So as a truck driver, this is my opinion. This is what I'm thinking about. When I look at something like that, I'm thinking two things. Please don't judge. I'm thinking two things. The first thing I'm thinking is, okay, if this situation affects the type of trucking that I'm doing here on the West Coast, if it starts to affect that particular thing, I'm thinking, now, how am I going to adjust to that? What other industry am I going to be looking in, maybe to offset what this strike may implicate, right? But then my second thought is, now, please don't judge me on this. I'm just thinking, man, because they're going after what they want, irregardless of how it affects everybody else. So I got to be thinking about my household too now. So I want you to give me a little bit of liberty to say this. So the second thing that I feel like truck drivers need to think, because that's what I'm thinking, is how can I capitalize on this? If they're not letting containers on the East Coast, and what if they route it to the West Coast. Now, there's going to be more moves, more freight, more of this that's coming now to the West Coast. Okay, now, how can we take advantage of that for our favor? You know, how can we take advantage of that for our own benefit? And I know that sounds sloppy. Man, that sounds sloppy. I get that, and I want you to give me the liberty. But if that situation happened, what somebody's situation in another area can also be a favorable situation in another area. So if it's a favorable situation in my area, what I'm thinking is, what do I need to do to capitalize on the new decision that is made, if a decision is made? So, hey, listen, this is Starsky the Trucker. Hey, I'm just passing on this information for you to be in the know so you can make adjustments as a truck driver to weather whatever happens so that it won't stop your paycheck and you can keep those wheels turning. So, hey, until the next episode, I'll see you. Bye.